Hey everyone, welcome back to English with Amen. We are learning English becomes super easy and fun. Today's topic is one of the most important things in English grammar, clause and phrase. If you ever been confused about what makes a clause different from a phrase or how to use them in sentences, then stay tuned. By the end of this video, you will understand both clearly with simple examples that you can use in your daily English. So let's start learning step by step. What is a phrase definition with the simple meaning? A phrase is a group of words that gives meaning, but it does not have a subject and a verb together. It is like a small part of a sentence that adds extra information. A phrase cannot stand alone as a complete sentence because it doesn't show a full idea. For example, in the morning, on the table, very beautiful, at the bus stop. Each of these examples has meaning, but they don't tell us who or what is doing something. That's why a phrase is called an incomplete part of a sentence. Types of phrases. Phrases are used in different ways in English. Let's understand the main types. Noun phrase. A noun phrase works as a noun in the sentence. It actually has a noun and its description. For example, a beautiful garden, the tall man, my new phone. In a beautiful garden, the main word is garden and other words describe it. Verb phrase. A verb phrase has the main verb and helping verbs. For example, is going, has eaten, will be sleeping. These verb phrases show action or state of being. Adjective phrase. An adjective phrase describes a noun, for example, full of energy, made of gold, covered with dust. It gives more details about the noun. Adverb phrase. An adverb phrase describes how, when, or where something happens. For example, in a hurry, what great care. After the game. This tells us more about the verb. Prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase starts with a preposition and shows a relation. For example, under the table, between the buildings, across the road. All starts with a preposition like under, between, or across. What is a clause? Definition with the simple meaning. A clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb. It can sometimes stand alone as a full sentence or sometimes it depends on another clause. For example, she is running because she was tired. I went home when it rained. And she is reading. There is a subject, she, and a verb is reading. So it is a clause. Types of clauses. Independent clause or main clause. An independent clause can stand alone as a full sentence. It shows a complete thought. For example, I love English. He went to school. They are watching TV. Each one gives a full idea and does not need another clause. Dependent clause or subordinate clause. A dependent clause cannot stand alone, it depends on another clause to make sense. For example, because I was tired. When she was arrived, if it rains. These are not complete sentences, they need an independent clause. For example, I slept early because I was tired. We stayed inside when it rained. Now the meaning is complete. Kinds of dependent clauses. Dependent clauses are of three main types. Noun clause. A noun clause works as a noun in a sentence. For example, I know that he is honest. What she said made me happy. She believes that dreams come true. In these sentences, for example, sentence number 1, I know that he is honest. That he is honest is a dependent clause. What she said, this is a dependent clause, made me happy. She believes that dreams sometimes come true. Adjective clause. An adjective clause describes a noun just like an adjective. For example, the man who helped me is kind. Who helped me? It is an adjective clause. The book that you give me is interesting. The car which is parked outside belongs to John. The words who, that, which start adjective clauses. Adverb clause. An adverb clause tells when, why, how, or under what condition something happens. For example, I will call you when I reach home. When I reach home, so it is an adverb clause. She runs faster because she practices daily. Because she practices daily, so it is also an adverb clause. You can come if you want. So it is an adverb clause. Difference between phrase and clause. For example, here is a feature: meaning, part of a sentence, part of whole sentence. So phrase shows that like it is a part of a sentence. Clause part, sometimes part or whole sentence. Subject plus verb. Phrases don't have subject and verb, and clauses have these two terms. Complete thought. Phrase doesn't give complete thought, and clause sometimes gives a complete thought. For example, here is an example of a phrase: in the park. Here is an example of a clause: she is playing in the park. In short, a phrase gives information but no full idea. A clause gives a complete or partial idea because it has a subject and a verb. Here are some examples to compare phrase and clause. For example, phrase on the table. Clause, the book is on the table. In the morning, it is a phrase. I go for a walk in the morning, it is a clause. Very fast, it is a phrase. He runs very fast, it is a clause. You can see what and that we add a subject and a verb, a phrase becomes a clause. Here are some common mistakes which students make. For example, mistake number 1, calling a phrase a sentence. Remember, a sentence must have a subject and verb. Mixing up clause and phrase. Check it. Does it have a subject and verb? If yes, it is a clause. Using dependent clause alone, always join it with an independent clause. How to use phrases and clauses to improve English writing. If you want to write like a native English speaker, mix both phrases and clauses. Use phrases to add details. Use clauses to make your sentences strong and complete. For example, instead of saying I saw a dog, you can say I saw a dog with a red collar that was running fast. Here, with a red collar is a phrase, and that was running fast is a clause. The sentence becomes richer and more interesting. Now you can practice as like this. Let's test your understanding. Identify whether these are phrases or clauses. For example, when the bell rings, you will say it is a phrase or clause. When the bell rings, under the tree, under the tree, you will say it is a phrase or clause. She is cooking, phrase or clause. After the party, phrase or clause. If you study hard, it is a phrase or clause. Now it is your homework, and you can comment. You will say these two sentences. For example, I will take these two sentences. You can write in the comments. So what are these sentences? For example, number 1, when the bell rings. Now you will write it is a clause or phrase. Under the tree, you will write it is a clause or phrase. It is your homework, and you can answer in your comments. Try to make your own 5 examples in the comments section below. Also, you should try to complete this section. And that's it for today's lesson. Now you know the difference between clause and phrase. One has a subject and verb, and the other doesn't. Keep practicing these till to make your English grammar stronger and your sentences more natural. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like, share and subscribe to English with Amen for more easy English learning videos and English literature and linguistics. Don't forget to comment your own examples below. I'll check them. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.